In today's video, I'm going to be covering the long-awaited Jouzu placement for every map in Anime Adventures. Now, hopefully, the 3.0 update will be coming out tonight. After all, the event timer is ending later tonight, so I want to know what you guys think the next update is going to be, so make sure you let me know down below in the comments. But anyways, let's get right into the video. So first up, we have the Planet Namek map. Now, when it comes to Jouzu, I'll show you once we get on the Ghoul map, but there's a specific way you must place your Jouzus in order for them to actually be most effective. So I'll make sure to show you that when we are on the Ghoul map. Now, when you're placing Jouzus, this is another unit you're going to want to place in pairs of 2. So what I would do is I would actually place them in pairs of 2 where I place my Katakuris and my All Mights. So I'd put 2 here like so, not that one, just placing that there for fun, like so, and I wouldn't actually change the targeting. Instead, I would do the timing, which I cannot do on this map because of how weak these enemies are. So once we get to a map where they actually don't get one-shotted, I'll show you the timing. But anyways, just place them in pairs of 2, where you place your All Mights and Katakuris, all of them together. But I would recommend not bringing Jouzu unless you are doing Snow or Ghoul, but that's up to you. If you really want to bring Jouzu for the extra DPS, feel free to do so. Now make sure you comment down below what you want to see next. I'm only going to do meta units, so units like Madara or Tatara, just units that are barely out of the meta, not really in it. I'm not going to cover A, because I don't have them, and B, because they're not in the meta, so I don't believe you should be bringing them in runs. But anyways, for the Attack on Titan map, I would want to place my Jouzus right around here in this corner. And once again, these guys will get one tap, so I can't show you the placement meta. But when I am doing Jouzu placement, I like to follow my Katakuris and All Mights, because you want to place them in pairs of 2 with your Katakuris. And then of course I would just chuck down like another 2, like maybe up here, you know, something like that. Just make sure you place them in pairs of 2 and then do the targeting mode that I'm going to show you once we get to, I think, the Marine Sword map. They should be strong enough to show you, but if not, we'll do it in Ghoul. Alright, so now we're getting into Snowy Town, and this is where I'm going to specifically say why and where you should place your Jouzus, because this is a map that you're going to bring your Jouzus on. Alright, so there are 2 different options when it comes to Snowy Town, and one is if you're focusing your main DPS near the front of the curve, or if you're focusing your main DPS near the back. Now, there is one placement that you're always going to place your Jouzus, and that is going to be right around here at this track. So all I would do is, because they're still getting one shot, I can't show you the placement, how to actually place them, but I would just place them down like this, like that, and then if I was setting up at the front of the curve, I would go 1 and 1. But if I'm setting up at the back of the curve, I would instead go to this little bend, and I would go 1 and 1, like so. So it depends on which side of the curve you want to play on with your DPS. Next up, we have Hidden Sand Village. Now, this is another map where I wouldn't recommend bringing Jouzu, but if you want that extra DPS, feel free to do so. Now, when it comes to this map, I would actually place my Jouzus right here in a pair of 2, like so, and then I would place one more up here, like so, kind of like either here and here, or if you want to be a little bit more back, you go here or here. And if you really want to play further back, you can always place one here and one here. Those are the placements I would use for Hidden Sand Village. You can decide what you want to use. And of course, if you find better placements, let me know down below in the comments, because I can totally be wrong on this. This is just where I place my Jouzus. Next up, we have Marine Sword. Now, they are still one tap to me, so I'm going to make sure that we show off the placement in the Ghoul maps. Make sure you stay tuned for that. When it comes to Marine Sword, I would actually like to place a pair up early in the front, and then I would also place another pair probably back here in this area. The point with Jouzu is just to make sure you always have them in pairs of 2 and use the range effectively. So you can see that this guy's range ends right about here. So this next Jouzu, I go a little bit over the other person's range to double lap, but I also go back more. That's what I mean when I say use Jouzu's range effectively. Lastly, we have the Ghoul map. And I'm going to show you guys how to maximize your placement with the Jouzus, because on the Ghoul map and every other map that you place Jouzu, it's important you do this. But I'm going to show you on the Ghoul map now that the enemies actually have enough HP. So the first placement I use for my Jouzus are around this area, around here. So I'm just going to place it down once we get the income. And I'm just going to kill these guys off quickly before I show you. Here's how the placement works when it comes to Jouzu. I did it accidentally, but I don't want that to work like that. So when this one is attacking, wait for it to attack. And when it's in the spinning, place your second, like so. And now this one's going to attack. And then once this one's done attacking, this one attacks. And then once this one's done attacking, this one attacks. And then this loops. You want this whenever you place your Jouzus, because if they attack at the same time, you're going to be applying bleed to the same exact person. If you're applying bleed to the same exact people, then it's not good. It's not what you want. And the bleed will have a downtime before you attack again. If you are attacking with 2 different, times, by the way, if no enemies are here like this, and then these 2 coming in, now they're going to start attacking at the same time. So you're going to have to sell and replace, so just keep that in mind if you are using your Jouzus early game. But when it comes to end game, that's not going to be an issue. But anyways, right, like I was mentioning, if you have one attacking after the other, there's a constant bleed, and it's a constant bleed on new enemies. So that's what you want to do to maximize your Jouzos. And of course, I would place my Jouzos here, and then I would place another 2 back here like so. Anyways, that is going to do it for today's video. If you found it helpful, consider leaving a like and subscribing. And of course, if you have any future video suggestions, leave them down below in the comments. And anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.